JAMB 2017 Principle of Accounting question 14. The question says, what is the amount of sales for the year? Now, transactions or items given to us here to find the sales are transactions that has to do with debtors control accounts, otherwise known as the sales ledger control accounts. Of course, we are given debtors opening balance, and that is 4,000 naira. Debtors closing balance 1,500. Cash received from debtors, we have 8,500. Bad debts written off, we have 350 naira. Discounts allowed, we have 500. Discount received, we have 1,000 naira. Of course, in finding or calculating our sales amount, what we need to use is a T format, and then we are to prepare a debtors control account. Now, looking at this, the very first item or transaction we need to use here, knowing fully well that in the debtors control account we have debit side, which is the left hand side, and the credit side, which is the right hand side. Of course, our opening balance, as we had in respect to the question, our opening balance was 4,000 naira. So we are to post the opening balance on the debit side. So we call it opening balance brought forward, 4,000. And then quickly, we consider the next item. The next item there is cash received from debtors, which is 8,500. We have to post it to the credit side of the debtors control account, 8,500. Then we quickly move to the next item, which is bad debt written off, 350 naira. We have to post it also to the credit side, bad debts written off. So we write bad debts to shorten the items. Then the next one is discount allowed, is also part of the debtors control account. Discount allowed is 500, still on the credit side, 500. Then the very last thing that we need to consider is closing balance of the debtors control account, which is 1,500. So we post it still on the credit side. That is closing balance carried down. The CD means carried down. So all items that are to be posted to the credit side are cash received, bad debt, discount allowed, and closing balance. So the only item that goes to the debit side of the debtors control account is just the opening balance, which is 4,000 naira. And in doing that, so addition of all items on the credit side gives us 10,850 naira. Then minus with only one item, which is just the opening balance on the debit side, we arrive at credit sales. This credit sales is also sales. That's the sales figure for the period. I have said it that in getting our sales, we need to add the credit side, and in adding the credit side, we have a total amount of 10,850 naira. Then we minus the opening balance, which is just 4,000 naira, from the 10,850 naira to give us a credit sales, which is a sales for the period, as how much? 6,850 naira. So looking at the option, we have option D, which is 6,850 naira. So option D is the correct option.